Day 2, I was slacking a little bit and answering some emails and stuff while they were working through the initial discussion of force rotation and how and when and why. So we were spending some time with the Melee, the force rotation machine, comparing it to like the Flex, and talking about just some of the differences. Not that one's bad or one's good. They're both great machines, precision engineered European products. And just one, they have slightly different orbits, a different way of delivering the gear set down to the paint. So now we're going to go out into the main area, into the main training area. Jason's going to give us a demo, and they're going to work through how to use the machines. Guys are going to get to use it on some hoods, on some cars. And then we'll probably come back this afternoon and work with DA. So we'll work through the day, and I'll capture some of Jason's insights as we go along.
Because a lot of people think, oh, if I add water, I'm extending my polishing cycle, which means I'm going to get more work on the paint, and I'll have more cut and more finish.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and it is doing that. I'm not saying it's not doing that, but that's not the primary function of spraying water. So it goes like this. You do your normal application with compound, you prime the pad, 2 dots of reload. You do your 6 passes, 3 this way, 3 that way. You wipe the residue off.
That just came through.
And you realize, oh, I want a boost and cut and finish. So you blow that pad off. Why am I blowing the pad off?
Residue.
And you don't want residue? They don't
Yeah,
want
get that paint residue off. I missed on the water, and I give it another 3 passes. So it is extending the polishing cycle, but what just happened is after you do a full polishing cycle, there is what's called an emulsion break. It's a technical chemistry term, but basically the solids and the liquids in your formula have separated. And you caused it to happen by heat and friction and all that stuff. So, and you guys know this because when you polish and then you know how it dries out. And the thick, creamy liquid turns into a clear, oily residue. That is called an emulsion break. That's what happened. So after the emulsion break, what's left on the pad is clumped up abrasives and clumped up paint residue. Now when you blow that pad off, you take the big chunks and you blow it off the pad, but what's left is the little tiny abrasive particles. And you sprayed water, and abrasives fully suspended in a liquid cut more than abrasives that are clumped together. Do you understand that part? As long as the abrasive is moving, it's going to cut. And as long as it's a non-diminishing abrasive. Everything I'm telling you, by the way, won't work with a diminishing abrasive. You're wasting time if you spray water with that type of compound.
So M105 and 205?
Those are non-diminishing. Yeah. Once you spray water, you instantly get the abrasive suspended in a fluid. Now they're moving around, and guess what? Boom, you get your cut, and it helps you to finish. So that's the reason we do it. Make sense? And you can actually spray and blow the pad up to, I've done it up to 4 or 5 times without adding more compound. And every single time, it improves the finish every single time you do it. So the other caveat I want to mention is sometimes there's some paints that don't like this. And you'll know right away because it'll make your paint hazy when you spray water. And if you get that response, stop spraying water.
It's trying to tell you something.
The paint told you it didn't like that. So, but most paints will respond really well. And the dramatic results you get better with a fiber pad. So a wool pad or a microfiber. You do get the same result with foam, but it's not as dramatic.
All right, so I know to this point, Mark III has been talked about ad nauseum, but I don't know. I know the differences are subtle in this, but the combination of the variable trigger, the grip here, and then just how smooth this thing is, I'm telling you, I'd figure out a way to sell your Mark II and get a Mark III. I'm really psyched. So I'm torn on whether keep my Mark IIs just for nostalgia or if I'd sell them. Shit, making a mess. The balance just feels so much better. So if I have a choice, I'm choosing 15 Mark II, but I only have to have one. But you know, I'd love to have a 21 and a 15, have both. So yeah, the new machines are great. We're getting a chance to really dig into them and use them and really get a feel for it. Unless you had a lot of time using a Mark II or an ES machine, you know, it's hard to compare, but I can feel it immediately. I'm really excited about the Mark III. So if you're on the fence, I think you should get one. Big difference. 21 to 15 is mainly just pad size. So these have 6-inch backing plate and a 7.1 inch face, 7.08 inches, 180 millimeters. Alignment. Coverage. So smooth. By far my favorite pad on the planet. Look at the yellow. I think these kind of pals for wiping off polish. I know many people like it, but I don't. I'd rather have a lower pile. This isn't a good pal either, but it's better than that purple one. That's the Mark III. Sick. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, foot to the floor.